We live in an era where generating a flawless digital identity takes minutes. A target can present an immaculate professional background, massive corporate assets, and a highly active online footprint. But when you peel back the surface, that pristine profile often dissolves into empty code. Proving authenticity and maintaining legal admissibility represents the primary challenge in modern OSINT investigations. Finding information is no longer the friction point. We are going to take a hypothetical, seemingly perfect target profile and systematically dismantle it. We will test every claim against its verifiable legal bedrock, using professional forensic methodologies. Accepting any digital footprint at face value carries massive legal liability. Reliable intelligence requires deconstructing a subject layer by layer. Before we verify a single data point, we must establish the legal boundaries of the investigation. The entire process hinges on a strict line separating accessible public records from protected private information. Public records are the domain of legitimate inquiry. These include civil and criminal court filings, real estate property deeds, and commercial registrations. On the other side of that line is private information, medical histories, banking details, and protected consumer data. Crossing this boundary instantly taints the investigation and exposes your organization to severe liability. To navigate these rules, investigators rely on a dual approach: forensically analyzing physical artifacts like diplomas and business records, while using cryptographic tools to preserve the metadata generated by a target's online behavior. Adhering to these strict regulatory boundaries distinguishes admissible corporate intelligence from illegal surveillance. Let's test the target's first pillar of credibility: their submitted academic credentials and professional history. Fraudulent documents often fall into the category of forged or altered. This occurs when a subject takes an authentic document and modifies it using scan and edit software, physical obliterations, or by pasting their own name over another student's genuine transcript. Investigators start by scanning the physical surface of the credential. They look for structural anomalies like inconsistent font types, interrupted lines where text should flow naturally, or partial institutional seals superimposed over photographs. Deeper analysis reveals errors that scan and edit software cannot hide. This includes anachronistic ink quality or claimed credit hours that represent a mathematically impossible course load for a single semester. Even if the paper itself looks flawless, the institution issuing it might be a fabrication. Fake university mills exhibit systemic indicators. They operate from P.O. boxes rather than physical campuses, use names deceptively similar to recognized universities, and claim accreditation from self-created organizations. A pristine physical document is legally meaningless until the institution standing behind it is forensically validated. Validating the underlying degree requires a strict 5-step procedural checklist. Step 1 is obtaining written legal authorization from the subject. Step 2 is confirming the exact legal name and physical location of the awarding institution. Step 3 moves to authoritative databases. You must verify the institution's recognized status through the Council for Higher Education Accreditation or the U.S. Department of Education. Finally, steps 4 and 5 require you to bypass the subject completely. You demand direct verification from the institution's registrar's office or through a recognized third-party clearinghouse, like the National Student Clearinghouse. Routing all verification directly through primary, recognized authorities effectively neutralizes elaborate networks of fake universities. Moving to the target's second pillar, we need to verify their claimed corporate assets and financial footprint. To cross-reference corporate asset claims without accessing protected banking data, investigators analyze commercial records, specifically Dun & Bradstreet business files. This is a Dun & Bradstreet payment summary chart showing credit patterns across top industries. To build a commercial profile, investigators analyze the largest high credit column. Here, we see multiple $2 million limits granted in the real estate and vehicle sectors. High credit limits only carry weight if they are actively managed. By checking the Within Terms column, we see 100% compliance, and the Days Slow columns confirm a flawless record with straight zeros. This specific combination, multi-million-dollar credit exposure paired with perfect payment timelines, establishes a mathematically verifiable commercial footprint. If a target claims massive wealth but lacks this structured corporate data, or if these metrics contradict public property records, it immediately triggers a high-level fraud alert on the asset profile. The final pillar to test is the target's digital identity, their location data, associations, and social media behavior. Digital intelligence is inherently volatile. A standard screenshot of a social media profile is legally useless, lacking authentication and a verifiable chain of custody. The data can be deleted or manipulated in seconds. To capture this data properly, investigators follow an 8-step social media intelligence or SOCMENT workflow. A strict mandate of this process is open, non-engagement research. You review publicly accessible content without ever interacting with the profile, ensuring the target remains unaware of the investigation. You secure this volatile data using professional e-discovery software, such as Hunchly. These tools run in the background, automatically generating cryptographic hash values and providing a legally defensible audit trail for every page you browse. Capturing the surface image is not enough. You must capture the underlying HTML document object model. This preserves hidden meta tags, like Open Graph data, that define the page's core attributes. From there, investigators extract EXIF, exchangeable image file format, data embedded within photographs. This metadata independently verifies the exact device model used, the hard timestamp of the photo, and the precise GPS coordinates of where it was taken. Applying proper e-discovery methodologies takes easily manipulated online behavior and locks it down into immutable, court-ready digital evidence. We now return to the hypothetical target profile from the beginning, having processed it entirely through our investigative framework. The findings are clear. The physical academic credential failed primary institutional validation. The commercial asset search yielded a blank footprint, and the preserved social media metadata revealed spoofed GPS coordinates. In modern verification, a single red flag rarely confirms fraud in isolation. The proof lies in the correlation of disparate anomalies across the physical, financial, and digital spheres. Based on this specific matrix of overlapping failures, the target profile is definitively classified as a sophisticated fabrication. A successful investigation produces an unassailable, multi-layered matrix of proof capable of withstanding severe legal scrutiny. The overarching rule of this entire framework is that any piece of information, no matter how compelling it seems, is legally void without a proven chain of custody. Passive observation yields unverified rumors. Professional investigation demands cryptographic preservation and direct source verification to ensure every claim is tethered to reality. Through every step of this life cycle, maintaining the strict boundary between accessible public records and protected private information is non-negotiable. True intelligence work involves the rigorous, methodical transformation of volatile information into authenticated, legally admissible fact.